Hello. The wood has exploded with life. It is completely green since the last time I was here, which is pretty amazing how it's done it. My shelter's still standing, but now it's completely camouflaged by the surrounding leaves and trees. And it was quite hard to actually find it. Yeah, everything is just green. It's very beautiful. So I'm going to check a few things out in the wood today, have a look round. The shelter's dry inside. It's been raining all night here and it's turned out to be a really nice sunny day. But yeah, the shelter is, creak, is nice and dry inside. Today I brought up quite a large water container. Give me a minute and I'll show you. Yeah, so I've brought up this big water container. I think it's 5 gallons, and I had some water in it and I've just topped it up with a couple more gallons, and the idea is every time I come up I'm going to try and top it up, so I've got you know, a good supply of water just stashed here. And I've actually got a water pump that fits in this, so it's not hard to turn it over and you know, get the water out. I can just pump it out, so that should be quite good. But yeah, the wood is incredible. Let me just do this handheld for a second. It's gone mad. It's just completely green. It's absolutely beautiful. And I say today we've got a really pretty day, so yeah, the shelter's completely covered in foliage now from the trees around it. So it's really well camouflaged. Really quite hard to find. So I've also brought my fire pit up today, which is there. I'll show you that a bit later when I light it. I'm not going to light it just yet. There's some other things I want to do first. But yeah, how lovely is that? All around the shelter, completely covered in foliage. Yeah, that's another of my water containers. I'm going to tip what's left in that into the bigger one later. So hopefully I'll have a big stash of water up here, so that'll be good. I got hold of one of these Dutch rucksacks. I think they're airman rucksacks, which are quite good. It was military mark, quite cheap. But what I like, it's got these great big pockets on the side, and they're big enough to take the whole of the Pathfinder set. Spoon in there as well. See if I can get the cup out without it catching. Cup and lid at the bottom. Where is it? But it's also got my hobo stove in there, the IKEA thing that I made. It all fits in, which is, I won't get it out, it's just in there as well, so everything goes in quite neatly. So I quite like that. It's reasonably cheap. And it fits quite a lot of stuff. It sits very high on your back. It's very much more on your shoulders than lower down, which I quite like, because if I've got stuff around my waist, it's handy for that. But yeah, not a bad bag though. Quite good. Takes quite a lot of stuff. There's plenty of room if you're just coming out for the day, and I think you can attach enough onto it that if you're here at night, you know, if you want to put a sleeping bag and a tent or whatever on top of it or underneath it, it's pretty easy to strap things on, so it's not bad. Right, coffee. Something else I got. Been having a bit of a buying spree. Is a Sliky Bigboy, which sounds more like a porn star name. I was watching Mack TightWad's video with his friend Gary and saw how this performed, and I thought, I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to give it a go today and see what it's like. we shall see. I've got a Laplander, which I love, but not really good for cutting great big bits of wood. And I've also got a bow saw that I leave up here at the wood, but I'm not that enamoured by it, so I thought I'd give this a go. I wanted something that I could cut wood with ease, so I'm hoping this will do the job. The last few weeks have been a bit heavy at work, so I got a bit frustrated that I couldn't get out, and I missed a bit of the spring, which is really annoying. But it's so worth getting up here today. It's lovely. It's just a lovely day. It does look like it might rain, but we'll see. But it'd be nice just to have a potter around and see what there is. I'm only up for the day today. I'm going to try and do a 2-nighter here next week, so we'll see. But it does have that effect on you. It's so nice. Yeah, the wood's looking incredibly green. Wow. Everything's out, all the beech is out. It's amazing how much darker the wood gets when all the foliage is up. This bottom part of the wood is quite dark now. A lot of the wood is very wet today, so we'll see what happens. If it can cut through wet wood, then we shall see. Okay. Actually, I'm making no effort at all with this. I'm just going back and forth. Yeah, it's cutting through really well. Wow. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's true what they say. It's very smooth. Cuts as if it doesn't look like you even need to sand it. That's pretty amazing. That was no effort at all. Let's see if I can get a better shot than that. Yeah, smooth. It's wow, that's pretty amazing. Well, thank you, Mack and Gary. I think that's going to be very useful to me. My box is fine, and it's really well concealed now. You can hardly see it. But what I am a bit concerned about are these padlocks, because they're only cheap sort of brass things. So I'm going to, you know what, just see if this helps protect them a little bit from the rain. Seems seems really quite loose now. Yeah, that's smooth. Yeah, that should do the trick, I hope. I don't know why I'm bothering padlocking it actually, because nobody seems to be bothering it, so oh well. Let's give that another squirt just in case. Fantastic stuff. also decided to take someone's advice and use the paracord for the keychain. It's less cumbersome, a little bit of weaving, but it seems to have worked, so cool. Just doing a quick little test of this tent mozzie net that I've got. Again, I saw Mack TightWad get a tarp tent, but I thought I've got so many tarps, I don't really want another. But then I saw this, which is just like a tent mozzie net, and you can put the tarp over the top of it, which is actually quite small. I'll show you in a minute what it's like when it's packed down. But it's okay, it fits under the... It could go further back, in fact. I've only just put it near the front. Right. Let me open it and I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, that's alright. I was just wondering if I could get my camp bed in there. Not my breakdown one, but my proper big one, and I think I can. That's quite a good little system, maybe. So yeah, that was just to have a look, see what it looked like. I'll take it down and show you what it looks like in its pack size. Yeah, I reckon I can get that down much smaller than that. It's just the bag size that it's in. You could easily squeeze that into something a lot smaller. Let me have a look. Not fall over. We can tie that up a bit. It's quite small. Tiny. Comes with some fairly decent pegs as well. Yeah, I think I'll probably use that. Try that next time I do an overnighter here and clear some of the back of the shelter out so I can actually take it further back. But yeah, that's good. Right, so I'm going to fire up the fire pit and see what happens. I've cut a door in it, and I've put it on these legs. Now I'm not sure. I think I've put aluminium legs on it, so I don't know if they're just going to melt, but we'll see. They do stick into the ground quite well there. So I'm going to light it up and just see what happens. I've actually put the bricks in the bottom. Oops. Because there's a raised area in the middle. So I put the bricks in the bottom just to see if that's... Well, for one thing, it keeps it more stable. It's definitely very... Well, actually, it's very stable. And I've got a clear space above me, so I'm going to give it a go and see. I'll show you once I've got it lit. Well, it doesn't seem to have a... Let me just tilt this down a bit. A problem with airflow. It seems to be burning quite well. I left the door open initially just to get it going. I was on the assumption it'd get more air, but it seems to be burning quite well. I'm just hoping it's far enough off the ground that it doesn't scorch the ground. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's burning. And what I have got is an old grill sort of thing out of an oven. So I've got, let me just do this. So I've got a place for putting pots and things on, which is quite good. Yep. That should work quite well. Ooh, that's out of shot, sorry about that. Yeah. But I don't know, we'll see. See how it burns. What you don't get is that view of the fire. That you can actually see the fire really well while it's burning, which is part of the fun, I think. I think this is great for barbecues and cooking on. I should have brought a steak today. But I don't think it's the same as looking at a small fire. Don't know yet, we'll see. It's only been burning a couple of minutes, so we'll see. It's quite hot though. Feel the heat coming off it. I can hear the red kites in the distance. I think there's definitely a nest on this land in this wood. Yep, that's roaring away now. And so I think it'd be good if you've got a big group of friends. I might chop it down actually, it is quite a large drum. Maybe next time I come I'll bring the hacksaw and just hack off the top. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, it seems to be working though. I'm going to try and come down again next week and try and stay for a couple of nights. So it might be that this is a really good way of having a nice fire in the evening. But it doesn't seem to be burning the ground, so that's good. Yeah, some quite nice embers in there now. So it was only a small fire, but it seems to have held up okay. Yeah. Well, I'll have to wait till that burns down before I go, but it seems to have worked. Cool.